Hello and welcome to another episode of Kia Electric News. We start with the news that Kia UK has announced how much an annual subscription to the over-the-air update service will cost in the UK, which you've used up the first two free ones, that is. I've read posts on Niro EV and Kia EV6 UK Facebook groups reporting that Kia has been sending emails to launch its paid OTA service. It will be £80 for 2 updates a year. Someone also confirmed in the comments that it's been launched in Europe. I shall continue to download and install the updates myself since they are still free to install yourself. I think it's very expensive for what it is, but some folk will undoubtedly just pay for it to avoid the minor hassle. They're really not that hard to install yourself. The Ioniq 7 has changed its name to the Hyundai Ioniq 9. On the morning of last week's Kia Electric News went live, I came across an article from Korea Jong Daily that the Ioniq 7 has now been renamed as the 9. Then the same story reports that the Ioniq 9 will launch in December. This follows on from the reports last week about the car making its debut at car shows during June. This will mean that the Ioniq 9 will be Hyundai's most expensive EV model, leaving room for various other Ioniq models to appear in the Ioniq lineup. The story was also confirmed by Korean car blog. In case you missed it during the week, I did another car security video. Yeah, yet another one. Because you can never do enough. Following the Guardian article from the previous weekend, gone into 20 seconds, the article suggests that the keyless entry on various Hyundai models was possibly vulnerable with a Game Boy-like emulator device. Whilst this may or may not be true, but it does no harm to disable keyless entry to add to your other security precautions. Remember that multi-layers of security are better than just one. I found the method to disable the keyless entry on Facebook just last week. Just someone came out the blue with it for the EV6 and Niro EVs and hopefully other electric models. If this method works on any other models, please let me know. Also, I'm very interested to know if turning off keyless method works on the EV9. I've absolutely no idea if the Kia EV9 is also vulnerable to these theft methods. The first South Korean Maps update of 2024 was released last week for Kia, Hyundai and Genesis models. Amongst the highlights are being able to remote control climate settings whilst camping in utility mode on CCNC equipped models like EV9 and Kona. The screenshots on Hyundai and Kia sites only show EV9 and Kona, that's why I think it's not the EV6 or the Ioniq 5. Also, there's a new method of locating the floor that your car is parked on in a multi-storey car park. Hopefully some of these new features will become available worldwide during the year. Electric reports that Kia is slashing prices of EV6 and EV9s by up to $10,000 in South Korea. Kia revealed that it will hold what it called an EV Festa, not a Fiesta, to boost electric vehicle output and give additional benefits to shoppers. The programme is in line with new government subsidies for electric cars. Kia is offering big manufacturing discounts on some of its most popular electric vehicles, including the EV6, EV9 and Niro EV. Inside EVs has produced an article with a league table of EV efficiency for the US market. They base the table on EPA ratings. They say, in our charts we use the EPA combined energy consumption numbers in miles per kilowatt hour as well as watt hours per mile. Both have a white colour text. Additionally, we also have watt hours per mile numbers for EPA City Green and EPA Highway in yellow. You can see these on the screen. Number 1 in the whole table for every single model, not just Hyundai Group, was the Ioniq 6 SE rear-wheel drive on 18-inch wheels at 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour. At number 5 was the Ioniq 6 SE all-wheel drive, also on 18-inch wheels with 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour. At number 9 was the Ioniq 6 Cell rear-wheel drive long range on 20-inch wheels at 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. At number 10 was the Ioniq 6 Limited rear-wheel drive on 20-inch wheels at 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. At positions 11 to 14 was the good old EV6. It's a bunch of EV6 rear-wheel drives, various trims on 19-inch wheels at 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Positions 15 and 16 are both occupied by Konas on 18-inch wheels at 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. Positions 19 to 21 are occupied by Ioniq 5 rear-wheel drive, various trims on 19-inch wheels at 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. Then we have the Niro EV on 17-inch wheels at 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. And finally, at 25, we have the Genesis GV60 rear-wheel drive on 19-inch wheels at 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. Now, I suspected the Niro was slightly less efficient than the EV6, which is surprising considering it's on smaller wheels and it's a lighter car. But I've had both, so I think that's quite right. Kia has finally released the US driveshaft recall TSB SC295. This is different and more detailed than the previous NHTSA recall notice. Details are as follows. This bulletin provides information to replace the rear inner driveshaft assembly on certain 2023 model year EV6 vehicles produced from January 26, 23 through to April the 8th, 23, and to replace the front left driveshaft assembly on certain 2023 to 2024 model year Niro EVs produced from June 27th, 23 through to July 13th, 2023. Due to a manufacturing error, the rear inner driveshaft assembly in the subjects, cars, and the front left driveshaft assembly in Niro EV vehicles may have been improperly heat treated. An improperly heat treated driveshaft may break under load, resulting in loss of motive power. Loss of motive power increases the risk of a crash. Follow this procedure outlined in this publication to replace the affected equipment. This is VIN based, so they have to check your VIN against the affected database. Currently there's no news of an EU or an UK recall yet, but I know for a fact that affected Korean cars were recalled. There is a link to the TSB in my show notes in the description, along with a link to my updated Kia EV6 recall spreadsheet. Hyundai Motor Group is announcing that the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety, which I think is a US body, has honoured a total of 16 models from Hyundai Motor Company, Kia Corporation and Genesis with the prestigious IIHS 2024 Top Safety Pick TSP and the TSP Plus Awards, more than any other automaker in the annual assessment. The group's exceptional performance in the IIHS 2024 awards is a testament to its unwavering focus on safety, with 10 TSP and 6 TSP Plus awards. The group, including Hyundai, Kia and Genesis brands, leads the industry with the most combined TSP and TSP Plus accolades. This achievement showcases the group's commitment to being a safety leader and its continuous efforts to provide the highest level of protection for vehicle occupants and other road users. Some Genesis news now. I've previously mentioned a while back that Genesis was changing the way it sold cars in the UK. Genesis is driving forward with the next stage of its brand evolution as its retail partners start trading across the UK, piloting the transition from direct-to-consumer business model to a selected dealership model. Operating from February, the news comes as Genesis completes its move into Hyundai UK as a standalone business unit. Fast approaching its third anniversary since launching in the UK, the strategic move to significantly expand Genesis' retail footprint across the country was announced almost 12 months ago, with the retail partners revealed last summer at the brand's flagship event, the Genesis Scottish Open. Arnold Clark is covering Scotland, Ancaster is looking after South East London, Holdcroft is responsible for Cheshire, Richmond is based in Guildford and Sinclair is accountable for South Wales. Pendragon has signed and is in the final preparation stages before going live with the full launch later this month in Leeds. I have no idea what's happening with the Midlands yet. With Genesis now operating as a standalone business unit within Hyundai Motor UK in order to maximise business efficiencies and synergies, Johnny Miller is now leading the Genesis brand, reporting to Ashley Andrew, who holds the dual role of President and CEO of both Hyundai and Genesis in the UK. We shall see if this makes customer experience worse or better. In other Genesis news, Amazon Music is now available across the Genesis EV range. Genesis has partnered with Amazon to integrate the brand's music streaming platform, Amazon Music, across the Genesis range, allowing customers an additional way to enjoy in-car listening. The process for setting up Amazon Music is simple, only requiring a registered user profile for Genesis connected services, the latest GCS update and an Amazon Music account. If all latest updates for Genesis connected services have been installed, which occur automatically via OTA, the Amazon Music app will appear on the main infotainment screen. The OTA update that enables this is available for the MY23 GB60, G90, GB70, electrified GB70, G80, electrified G80 and the GV80. Kia America reports that it closed February with sales of 59,059 units. Sales of Kia's EV models continue to climb up 65% year on year through February with the ongoing launch of the Kia EV9. Kia EV6 sold 1,309 units in February compared to 1,254 in the previous year. Year to date is 2,522. The Kia EV9 meanwhile sold 1,318 in February with a year to date of 2,726. That's all for this week. As usual, links to all stories can be found in the show notes in the description. Thank you for watching.